Hello everyone, welcome back to my video channel. Welcome to this video where I try a new eyeshadow palette again. I am trying 31 new eyeshadow palettes in the 31 days of December, and today is day 12, I believe. Yeah, because this is 13th, and I'm running one day behind because, if you want to know why, watch all of my other videos in which I tell you. So today I actually already had my entire, work day, but this morning I was running a little late, so I didn't do my eyeshadow. I didn't have time to do it, or like I could have done it, but then I would have maybe been a little bit late. So that's the reason why I am already wearing a mascara, as you might be able to tell, and all the other makeup looks maybe not the like freshest anymore because I've had it on for like almost an entire day. I just primed my eyelids, and today I'm gonna use this little mini palette by Catrice, the 5 in a box mini eyeshadow palette. This is what the colors look like, and I'm actually very curious because I saw a lot of these, and a lot of these were like said to be really good, so I was super curious, especially because these shades are kind of shades that are a little bit harder to do, the grays and the blacks and that kind of shade. So I'm very curious to see, how this palette performs, because it's drugstore, it's Catrice, it's literally like less than $5, so I'm very curious to see what the payoff is. I am gonna get my Pixie palette again to have a mirror because this little palette doesn't have a mirror, and I'm starting off with the lightest gray shade. So far so good. It is super powdery with this brush, but I do have to say a lot of eyeshadows are powdery when I use this brush, and I don't necessarily mind a powdery eyeshadow. It's just that I know some people do like really mind in a powdery eyeshadow, so I'm just letting you know right now that it is that. Wait, I'll show you. Like, I don't know if you can see it, but like I don't know if you can see that powder falling off, but there's literally powder on my desk right now. But I personally don't mind as long as it doesn't fly around and like gets to like the bottom of my eyes and stuff like that, and I don't feel like it does that. So far so good. I am now going to go into the a little bit darker gray shade. That seems to be a little less powdery, to be honest. Let's get some on the brush and just blend that. Ooh, what I like about this shade is that it has like almost a hint of blue in it, and I like that because the shimmer that comes with this is like a white and a blue, and I feel like this is like a blue leaning gray, so it's a true gray, but like next to the other one, like on the eyes, this is a little bit of a like colder bluish leaning gray, which there's so many different sorts of gray. 50 shades of it. No, but seriously, there are like such a big amount of gray shades that all have like such a different look and give such a different vibe to your eye look, that like it's just like we all think like grays are much more like the same, but I feel grays are just like greens and blues. You have so many different kinds, especially greens. You have grungy greens and bright greens and lime greens and all of that, and I feel like it's the same with grays, but just we all just expect them to look more alike, and I don't think we really see the full potential of gray shadow, maybe. Okay, so far so good. I'm doing the same on the other eye, so I'm first applying it to the lid and then blending it kind of into the crease. This did look a little bit splotchy at first, but I do think these are very blendable and also like very forgivable. So like if you're like, maybe not the best placement, you can kind of work with them for quite some time instead of it being like, okay, it's there, done. Because some shadows are so pigmented and that's super nice, but at the same time, it's kind of hard to work with when like something is like stuck in one place like immediately. I'm putting a little bit of the darker shadow on the lid because it kind of went like blended out a little too much for my liking. So I'm just gonna blend that onto the lid. And now I'm gonna take that medium gray shade, I'll show you in a sec, to kind of make sure that that is blended in. And then I'm gonna go into the lightest gray shade and I'm just gonna blend the edges. I like putting on my eyeshadow quite high because I don't have a lot of like, oh, I was holding a mirror right in front of you. I hope I wasn't doing that all the time, but I like putting it quite high because I don't have as much like crease space. So, okay, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take actually that blue shade and that white shade because since it's only a 5 pan palette, I actually want to use all shades. Where's my glitter primer? Here we go. So I'm gonna use my glitter primer as always. I mean, again, kind of boring, but you know, it's a trick that works. And for now, I feel good just using the same kind of steps every time. It just feels like natural and it makes good looks. And you know, sometimes you have to try new things, or I like to try new things as well, like, but sometimes, you know, it's also good to just like keep doing the same thing to see if it works with like a lot of different formulas. And this trick really works, and I like that I found that, because the truth is, or like this way of eyeshadow application, because the reason that I like so much that I found this is because when you have like a Christmas dinner or like a date or a you know, birthday or whatever, and you want to make sure that your eye look is great and it's not like, you just want it to be consistent and know what you're gonna get, it's very nice to have like a way of eyeshadow application that you know works with like almost every palette you own, and not this wipe is so gross, and not, you know, have to worry about, you know, will it work with this palette, or be like, sometimes in the beginning I was like, I'm not going to use a new palette because I have something important today, and if it works weird, and I still have that a little bit, but a lot less, because now I realize, you know, if I use this application, like, it works with 99% of my palettes, so why wouldn't it work with like a new palette or a palette that I haven't used in quite some time? So what I'm doing now is I put the lightest shade on a brush because it asks for a little bit more precision, and I'm not that great with my hands and precision. You would think, since I'm like a teacher and a dance teacher, but like, nope. And now what I'm gonna do is like, I'm gonna blend that a little bit, so like the blue isn't like, the blue and the white aren't like separate teams, but like work a little bit together. That, and I like that. Okay, and what more? I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna use that lighter shade as well to put it like a little bit like here on the lower lash line to open up the eye a little bit more, and also like on the outer edge of the eye, because my eyes hang a little bit, like they hang down at the ends, so I like to put like a lighter shade underneath the eye to kind of make it like pop. And then when I use like a heavier shade, or like I would want to put that blue underneath the eyes as well, I more like to put it like right here than anywhere else, because if I put it right here, it makes that part like go down a bit, and it makes the eye look stand up more instead of hanging down. And I do think like that's the beauty of makeup, that you can kind of not manipulate, but like accentuate the certain shapes and stuff. Just to make sure that my lashes aren't hanging down too much, I'm gonna put on a little coat of mascara. Not too much, obviously, because I'm already wearing mascara and we don't want it to be too heavy, because that will make my lashes hang down as well. So like the effect would be you know, opposite of what I want. And now I'm just gonna do a little bit of repowdering, so like just what's left on the brush from this morning. I'm just gonna do that. Ooh. I'm just gonna do that, and I'm just gonna do a little bit of bronzing as well, and I might do a little bit of blush as well. Brows are not super even either. Ooh, I'm dropping everything so hard. But you know, that's okay. I don't need everything to be super even. I just want it to like look like I'm alive and tried a new eyeshadow palette. So yes, this is what we're gonna do. Ta-da! Okay, I think we're good. We're good to go. Let's do a little recap of this palette. So, the Catrice 5 in a box mini eyeshadow palette in the shade Blue Smoky Look, which that's what it is. So, good name. Let us start there. I kind of like when names are just, or they make a lot of sense, or they're funny. That's kind of my cup of tea. I used this in the crease, then this like more near towards the literal crease, and then this all over the lid and into the crease as well, and then blended it out with this, and then this again. Then I put blue on the lid and white in the inner corner and the lower lash line, and that is the look we got. Honestly, I really like this. I was very scared that it would be super patchy, but when I look like in a mirror, I feel like it looks nice and even. And if I would tell you this is like those colors or something, I think people would believe it, because it looks actually quite good. I like the shimmer. I was scared that I wasn't gonna like the shimmer, or that I wasn't gonna like the shimmer with the mattes, like with the gray tones, but actually top notch. I really enjoy it. Like, I think it looks really cohesive and beautiful and good. The white shade also looked very good, and it applied very nicely with my brush as well, which not all shades do that. I do think the white is a different formula from the blue, but you know, I don't mind that, but I just wanted to say, yeah, overall I like it, and especially for the price point, if you were looking for like a gray palette, which I don't really have a lot of gray palettes, and I was actually looking for some. If you're looking for this kind of palette, I would definitely buy it. Obviously, I haven't tried the other shades, but I've heard great things about them. And actually, like, if you see this in a shade that you like, and you have like your $4.50 or $5 to spare, I would definitely give it a chance, because I think it looks good. I think, and also like, I did my eyeshadow and like did roundup of this palette in like 14 minutes or something. So I think honestly it blended out quickly and nicely, and I'm trying to be more like in depth, but there's just not too many bad things to say about it. I think it's great. I think it's nice, and I think you should definitely purchase it if there are shades that you like. Do I think you should purchase this if there is not a particular shade that you like, but you're like, would I say it's that great that you need to buy it even though there are no shades you're interested in? No, like, but I don't recommend that with any palette. But if you find any of these little 5 in a box shadows that are your kind of shade, I would personally buy them, because it's a good look. So I'm gonna show you a little bit closer again how it looks, and I think that's it for today. Thank you for watching again. Thank you if you've been here for like more than a couple of days or more than just today for following the series. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the rest of the series and my roundup at the end. Don't forget to like as well and hit the notification bell. And if there are any recommendations, please let me know in the comments down below. I saw one recommendation. I'm still working on that, but that I hope is coming. I ordered one of the palettes, so please let me know if you have anything you're interested in or any other type of videos than just me doing eyeshadow, maybe ranking videos, declutter videos. Let me know, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!